Good afternoon. My name is Thomas Hildmann. I'm the head of the department infrastructure of the IT service center of the Technical University Berlin. And I give you a talk from a user's point of view or a hoster point of view. I want to tell you why we are using ownCloud at TU Berlin, how we use it, and who use it. Let me start with the question why we are using ownCloud. Yes, looking at the TU Berlin, we have about 30,700 students. These are numbers you can find on the TU webpage. And we have 800, 500 employees. So, yeah, my users I have to provide with services are like a small city. Yes, I have to provide them with basic services. What are these basic services? Let us go back a little bit and look what the mission of a university is. The main points we have to achieve is to do a good research and to do education. And what do you need to provide this? You have to have two resources: the people and the knowledge. From my IT point of view, the people, these are users, and the knowledge is stored in data. If we now look to the storage of the data, giving our data to someone else, like Dropbox, Google Drive, or whatever, is like selling out the university, because the knowledge is the best we have to provide here. So we need, and that was the point where we started, we need an on-premise solution. We had such a solution 3 or 4 years ago. It was called the Andrew file system. That's really cool stuff, and it works good for servers. If you set up a Linux server with Kerberos and Andrew file system, it works pretty cool. But if you want to use it on a PC or Mac, the usability depends on the client versions and the implementations and so on. And if you use it on a laptop, it is really tricky. And we try to use web AFS, which is set on something where you can use AFS through a web user interface. And using it with a tablet is a really bad thing. So, on the other hand, as we look on our user profiles, we see that there are some servers. Okay, there are still some servers, and we have a growing number of servers, but we have especially an extremely increasing number of laptops and tablet PCs. So our Andrew file system is not the right thing to provide for our users. So we looked for other solutions and we tested some. And there are 3 main reasons why we chose ownCloud. The first and the main reason is are the clients. There are desktop clients for Linux, for Windows, and for Mac OS X. This is everything we find at the university. We have mobile clients for Android and iOS. It is really easy to use, even for not experienced users, and this is very important. There are installation wizards, not for the servers, but for the clients for now. And there are only a few questions you have to answer as a user. And this is exactly what you want to have when you stand in front of 40,000 users. You don't want every 40,000 users to ask you questions about the installation of their clients. The second reason was the server. It is based on well-known standards, and again, PHP, MySQL, Linux. That was exactly what we know, and we had an idea how to scale this up to 40,000 users. I will come back to this and show you how we implemented this. And the third good reason for choosing ownCloud is that it is open source and that is you, the community. We can integrate ownCloud in our environment. We can contribute extensions, and if there are any questions, you can easily Google for it or ask you, the community, or look into the code. That's the point. So, how are we using ownCloud? We have straightforward installations with 3 layers. On the bottom, there's the cluster file system with 2 times 322 terabyte backend mounted on all servers. We have a Galera cluster with 3 big database servers with about 380 gigabyte of RAM. And we have 7 physical servers and 3 virtual servers, which with local installed Open LDAP instances, and these are running ownCloud for the whole TU Berlin. We made a test. 2 servers are enough to provide the service. We switched on one day. We switched all other front-end servers off, and it still worked good. Yeah. On the front, we have a load balance service, SSL offloading, and we do some fancy stuff. We are at the load balancer. We are looking if the requests are if the request is a request of a Sync client, or if it comes from browser or the iOS or Android app. And if there's a Sync client, it goes to one of 3 servers, and all other servers are reserved for the user interface, so that as a user you have a faster response because of the higher amount of the servers. Yeah, and who is using it? As we started on May 2030 with 150 users, and the numbers are now 6,806 users. This was something I fetched yesterday from our database, and these users have 40 million files with 88% with less than 1 megabyte. This is an important number because as we started our service, they told us, "Hey, you are setting up a great movie database. If you provide ownCloud for the university, they all will begin to share their movies, but they don't. They are really using it for yeah, pictures. That's okay." Okay, we have 1.8 million web requests a day. That's the same amount we have on our web installations. Yeah, and we started to do this DFN cloud thing, that is hosting ownCloud for other universities. That is something we do here. Yeah, and we have 3 or 4 interested partners at the moment who will join the community, the DFN cloud community, and use ownCloud hosted by TU Berlin. Yeah, So, come to the conclusion. ownCloud is an important tool for the TU Berlin, which is provided to every university member and is used to store valuable knowledge in. We love it because it's easy to use as a user interface. It is scalable and because of its openness. Now we start to host ownCloud for other universities. So I have to thank you to write, extend, and maintain ownCloud. Thank you.